Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. What is going on, everybody, in the Bob the Cigar Guy Chief Talk Chevette Report universe? My light is super bright, so hold on a second. One second.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
There we go. A little less whited out, a little more red, because I changed the hue of the lights a little bit, but definitely a little less exposed. Now, welcome in to Mr. Adam Wolf, Banker John, Mac Bergson, Bob Ellis, Robert Cash, Banker John, I think I said hello, Hunter Otts, what's going on, Charles, my man, Adamson, and Adam Machado. What is going on? Let us know. Oh, there's my boy Brian. What's up, Brian Supremo Tobacco? What's going on, my friend? How are you doing? How have you been in the past 2 weeks? We didn't convene last week because of Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a fun, safe, and very fulfilling Thanksgiving. Not only with food, but with family, friends, and the like. Memories made, things of the sort. Hopefully Black Friday shopping was as successful for you as it was for me. I want to know, what are you smoking? What are you drinking? I am drinking, of course, the old DP, but I'm finishing off a little Knob Creek Single Barrel Select from Corona Cigar. I saved the last sip for you guys. Robert Cash says, enjoying Tiger Thick for maybe an unboxing. Where did I put there it is. So there was a box sitting on my desk when I came in the studio today. Make sure I'm just not revealing anybody's information. And I didn't know what it was about until I saw the top of the box where it said who it was from. So I asked Dad, and I said, hey, what is this about? And he said, oh, you got to open that on stream. So hopefully nothing jumps out at me. Hopefully nobody, or there's no Robert Cash trickery in here that's going to get me like a prank snake or a whole bunch of Rocky Patel or something like that. I'm sure Adam Wolf, who actually I don't think Adam Wolf is listening because Adam Wolf is over on Instagram Live right now. I think he's just responding to the chat. Oh, he said he's got him a Tatawahe tattoo, so maybe he is listening a little bit. Mackie B said, got all my shopping done for family, now just prowling deals for myself. Ooh. Thank you all for the Chief looking dapper and the haircut. Yes, Chief did get his haircut today. Went and did that 9:45 this morning. He said, yes, I am listening. Supremo Tobacco is smoking a Rocky Patel ALR. Stogie sister, are you smoking anything tonight in that cold weather? I'm sure you have cold weather. The weather's kind of cold over here, but is this sleeve? Yes, just for Adam Wolf. There we go. So let's get into the opening of this. Oh, he said he was not smoking the Rocky Patel. Adam Wolf got to keep going on the Insta Live. Don't leave the ladies waiting. So Robert Cash, here I am. Oh, you were saying that was what was in the box. I mean, if there's Rocky Patel in here, I'll definitely be sad about the box. But I don't think there's Rocky Patel in here. I don't even think that Robert Cash would stoop that low to send me a box of Rocky Patel. Ooh, so your sister's got the Aganorsa, Connecticut. Adam Wolf is saying he also does not like Rocky Patel. Oh, yeah. Now, this is a gift. Thank you very much, Robert Cash. To most of you, it will mean nothing, but to me, it means everything. Little Funko Pops, and this is one of the current Liverpool players, Roberto Firmino, the Brazilian who was left off the squad for Brazil for the World Cup. There's a Roberto Firmino in there. Who else is in here? Ooh, Thiago Alcantara, who was also not taken to the World Cup, who probably should have been taken to the World Cup because maybe Spain would have made it through the group stages, but they did not. And then there is a third in here, and he couldn't have gone to the World Cup because he's the gaffer, the manager. This is old Jurgen Klopp Funko Pop here. Thank you, Robert Cash, for that. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Those are going to end up on the Stogie display when we switch back around and put that as the background at the new year. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is a well thought out, wonderful gift, not a prank. Thank you so much for the gifts. Robert Cass says true, but it might be soon. Hunter Otts, you should be so blessed. Who should be so blessed? You should be. Max says it better not be Carhartt. Well, it wasn't. Robert Cash with the love you, bro. Thank you, Robert Cash. I appreciate that. Charles Adamson smoking the Tabernacle 142. Matt Bergson, not a fan of the Liverpool stuff because he is a Chelsea fan. Bob Ellis, love that one, Charles, talking about the Tabernacle 142, the Havana Seed. Of props in celebrations from Adam Wolf. Matt Bergson, you generally don't want to bring guys who get hurt every other game. I'll fix your spelling mistake for you. I could see that with Thiago Alcantara, but not Bobby Firmino. I don't know if Bobby's ever been hurt off on the pitch. Robert Cash, ouch. Max says, I guess I'll only be watching 5 more episodes. The Rocky Patel smokes, I mean. So, what is that? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Gary, Rutrow. Gary Brooks just sent a text message where his ornament was shipped in the mail and it was broken. So let's take care of that for old Gary Brooks. I will be starting off with the Stillwell Star Aromatic. Still a little bright, so there we go. Nice focus. The Stillwell Star Aromatic. Now it's not wanting to focus. Hand, face. Come on back. So we'll light this up. Anybody else smoking anything else tonight? Robert Cash says the USMNT so bad. Best USA player rides bench at Chelsea. He rides the bench at Chelsea because Chelsea doesn't know what to do with him. Chelsea probably wouldn't be below Liverpool in the table if they used Christian Pulisic more often. Talking about Thiago, yeah, he's injury prone. Still pulls a lot of strings, absolutely. I would not want to lose Thiago as a midfielder. Bonnell's yours was broken too. Oy vey, we're gonna have to contact the postal service and make sure that that's taken care of. Robinson is the United States best player right now. Right now, probably the best player is a tie, in my opinion, between Tyler Adams and Tim Ream for the United States men's national team right now. Tyler Adams is doing a great job throughout the midfield. Really, honestly, everybody for the United States men's national team outside of Walker Zimmerman and some of our subs have been really, really good for the squad. Greg Berhalter has actually put together probably the best starting 11 every match so far. But I don't want to get too much into soccer because last time we had a show, we did a soccer show. We went from 20 people to 4 people, so I don't want to bore too many people with soccer talk. Even though I thoroughly enjoyed the stream. This is the aromatic, so it's a little fruitier, a little nicer in the finish. Robert Cash says Whiston. Tyler, yes, Ream is okay. Mac Bergson, the USMT stands always complaining about Chelsea Hughes Pulisic, but he's always hurt on international duty. Well, he also doesn't get brought on the pitch when he could be, but Matt Turner doing great, back-to-back clean sheets. Bob Ellis, yes, a little wood glue and it'll probably be okay. I was wondering why I got 2 ornaments snapped off between the door and hood. That's where Gary Brooks is snapped, was at that same exact spot. That's from Gary Brooks. Now we'll take care of that. This show is brought to you by Butterfart and Rocky Patel Fan Club. Well, Adam Wolf is pulling the strings for the Rocky Patel Fan Club, and you owe me another quarter for using my coined phrase. But in all seriousness, I hope that your Thanksgiving last week was splendid. I hope that you guys got to eat a lot of good food, drink a lot of good drinks, spend a lot of time with family, take a lot of time to just enjoy and remember what you're thankful for. And this year, we actually didn't go around the tables and say what we were thankful for. So it's kind of nice, but looking back at it, it's like you kind of miss it a little bit. But usually by the time you sit down at the table and you start that talk, it's like, let's get some food on the plate. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Max says he got to hang with his new niece, baby Aspen. Nice. Bob Ellis says, mine looked just like that. The Melanio is better than I remember. Ooh, I'm glad you're enjoying the Melanio. Robert Cash, I got to get in my Speedo and go watch football news and smoke my fave big girl, fat bottom Betty Gordito. Are you going to get in your Speedo? Do you have, is like the Speedo, I know in Tennessee it's pretty cold too. Every time we talk about the, y'all talk and smoke, I'm out. Cheers. Robert Cash, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the gifts. Again, that's very, very kind of you. Very thoughtful gifts. I'm sure whenever the kids come by the studio next, because sometimes I bring the kids here or where it's at my mom and dad's house, so I'll come up here and be up here with dad, and the kids will come up and like I've got my Lego ATST walker up there. Jackson wants to play with it all the time. It was 50s today in Jacksonville. Unacceptable. Ooh. Bob Ellis is at 31 and the feels like it's 24. It is 42 degrees here in Traveler's Rest. That is the current temperature. I don't know what the feels like is. I didn't. On my lock screen, I've got it to where it'll tell me the temperature at the top. So the low is going to get to 34. It's a little windy out there, so it might get the feels like might be a little less than what the actual temperature is. But we're definitely not. We're not at Bob Ellis temperature. I'm sure Stogie Sister's at like. What in the world is that? Sorry, I just saw something that my dad's got over there, and I don't know what the heck it is. It tells you how observant I was when I walked in the studio this evening. But we're here for Thanksgiving hot takes. Chief, did you have an incident where you went to the emergency room after opening up a Christmas gift, or am I thinking of another cigar YouTuber? No, it was definitely me. I don't know if it'll show up or not. Probably won't. Yeah, you can kind of see starting right where my thumb is. It goes for about 1.5 inches. My 2 Christmases ago, so not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, my wife got me an awesome Kershaw pocket knife. This is also a Kershaw pocket knife, but it's not this one. But it has a blade. It's kind of it's take off the Tonto point, and it's just flat. It's a chopper blade. And my parents bought me this really cool Williams and Sonoma grilling multi-tool where it has like a small spatula, a knife, a serrated edge, a grilling fork, and some other stuff on it that you could flip out like a multi-tool. And so I was cutting into it, and I was trying to cut away from my body, and I was doing just completely fine. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll be safe. And I was holding the package like this, and I went to cut like this with the knife. Well, the knife was brand new, factory sharpened from Kershaw, very sharp knife. Went through the zip tie right into the finger, underneath the bone, and back out. So yes, I did end up in the emergency room, got some stitches in my finger, just because of how deep it was. That was the only reason I went to the emergency room, just because it was deep. I could open it up and I could see the muscle and the bone of my finger. So I almost sliced off a finger opening up some drill bits in a blister pack this afternoon. I was thinking, ooh. Animal says, nice knife. Thanks. This is it's a Kershaw Tonto. That's the shape of the blade, the Tonto blade. But it's a black stone wash. It's really nice. It's the blade's a little shorter than most of my pocket knives, and it's nice and compact. It's also got this bottle opener on the back where you can put a little bottle cap in there and flip it out. But also, while I'm cutting myself on the bottom of my hand with the knife, this little flat point on the top, see how thin it is, it works as a flathead screwdriver. So if I needed to drive in a flathead, because I don't have a flathead screwdriver on me, I could drive in a flathead screwdriver with my pocket knife. So it's almost a multi-tool, but it's still just a knife. It has been a little while since I smoked a Stillwell Star Aromatic. Gary Brooks, my man. Don't worry about the ornament. We're gonna get that all squared out and fixed. Also, Bob Ellis had the same issue with his ornament, so we'll have to take care of that. And the ornaments that we ship out from now on, we're just gonna have to put a little extra protective in there or something. Kioi, what is going on, my man? How are you guys doing? Are you guys smoking anything tonight? I would like to know. Are you drinking anything? Gary Brooks, I know you're always drinking something. What are you drinking tonight? Charles Adamson is drinking some Ardbeg something. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It's like drinking smooth gasoline. So Ardbeg coming in strong with another palate cleanser for sure. Adam Wolf with the hey Gary. No, Bob Ellis. I'll talk with Bob the Cigar Guy. How do you pronounce it? Ugadal? Weekdale? Ugdale? I don't know. Bob Ellis loves it. A little red wine with my filet. No smoke tonight, unfortunately. Ooh, little filet action. Have you been super busy, Kioi, with hockey starting back up and having to ref and doing all that stuff? I halfway popped my wrapper when I was trying to be cute and put my Stillwell Star band on the head. So I'm here for the Thanksgiving hot takes, as in things that probably aren't very popular to say. Things that would not be popular to say are like, I prefer ham over turkey on Thanksgiving. That would not be popular because obviously American Thanksgiving is big on turkey. On the road almost every weekend. Woo, you gotta love the sport for that. Like Ugdal is how I've heard it pronounced. Chief, I sent a package to you in BTCG today, which has our Christmas card. Apologies, was so busy, I forgot to take a pic of the tracking info. No worries, my friend. It'll get here eventually. But thank you. Looking forward to the Christmas card. Mac is a ham guy. Wow. He's happy to have. Kioi is happy to have a few weekends off for the holidays. Enjoy your holiday break from having to travel so much. I just had some BCBS 2022 Sir Icarus Stout today. Is that the one where you said Holy Ambrosia on the Discord? Charles Adamson says we do both. Wife makes 2 turkeys, and I smoke a ham. I don't think there's anything wrong with having ham on Thanksgiving. It's having ham instead of turkey for Thanksgiving that I'm like, I just can't come. I can't show up. You got to have some turkey. Max says, we went to my sister-in-law's club for Thanksgiving dinner. It was a buffet, and I didn't eat 1 ounce of turkey. Oh, Mac Bergson, you're a traitor to the American people that you served. Bob Ellis says, usually ham, but my wife's turkey was excellent. I'm not a big ham guy. I mean, I can eat ham on a sandwich, but like chunked ham, like sliced ham, spiral sliced, honey glazed, any of that stuff, just on a plate. It's just, ham doesn't go with turkey. It doesn't go with anything like turkey does. You know, turkey goes with green bean casserole. Turkey goes with mashed potatoes with the gravy. You can't put gravy on ham. That'd just be weird. Gary Brooks says, we had turkey for Turkey Day, so I did a standing rib roast for Black Friday. I will probably do a turkey again soon. I haven't deep fried one in a while, so I may do that. I've not deep fried a turkey. I have a fryer that I could deep fry a turkey. I don't have a pot to deep fry a turkey, but I did buy a 5-gallon food safe bucket for brine to brine a turkey, and I brined and smoked a turkey yesterday. And oh my goodness, I've smoked turkeys before. I've smoked turkeys this would be the 3rd year in a row that I've smoked a turkey, but I've never brined a turkey. And the 2 previous years, I've smoked turkeys well enough to where they didn't get dry. But man, there is something special about that brine. I got the brine from Hardcore Carnivore. I don't know if every brine does the same way, but I think I'll be looking for more Hardcore Carnivore. And it's funny because that brine was made for a fried turkey batch, but I smoked mine. I prefer to support the U.S. beef and pork farmers. Well, where do turkeys come from? Do they not come from American poultry farmers? My son's girlfriend is from Italia. My wife asked if they celebrate Thanksgiving. We all had a good laugh at her expense. So, while we're on that topic, 2006 or 2007, one of those 2 years, my family and I and my grandmother, we went to Romania for 2 weeks, 14 days, 13 days, something like that, to do missions work with a small missionary team. And I can remember it was right around the Thanksgiving holiday season when we went. And while we were over there, my dad and I were separated from everybody. We were at a different church in a different part of the country. And he asked the pastor, so do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? And I just, as a ninth grade or 10th grader, I think it was ninth grade. As a ninth grade, no, I think it was probably 10th grade. As a 10th grade student, I just, Dad, it's an American holiday. But surprisingly, in Romania, during the Thanksgiving season, some people will put on a feast like Thanksgiving. Obviously, it's not Thanksgiving. But Gary Brooks says it takes 45 minutes to deep fry one, and it's so moist. So win. Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving just earlier in the month. They do celebrate Thanksgiving. I did know that. Nothing beats air fryer ribs for the holiday. Please don't stir up Adam Wolf on the stupid air fryer ribs. Adam Wolf didn't do turkey. I did Peking duck again. Adam Wolf, he's pulling your leg. He really does not agree with that. Charles Adamson, my wife brines the turkey in a Wolfgang Puck recipe. Tastes like an Austrian delicacy. Ooh, I saw the link that you sent for the brine recipe. The Poultry Council are a bunch of crooks. Well, JK, I have no idea. Bob Ellis, I told my wife, yes, the Pilgrims headed to Italy after Plymouth Rock. Which part of Italy did they land in? It's very important to know. Gary Brooks says, it's not a crazy question, Bob Ellis. Many other cultures have adopted Thanksgiving, even Japan. And that does not surprise me with Japan because Japan emulates a lot of American culture. Japan is infatuated with American culture. That is funny. When Dad did it, I just palmed my head and, died laughing on the inside while all the Romanians who didn't speak English had a wonder as to why this little teenage chief was laughing. Mackie B, but a lot of countries have adopted our Black Friday holiday. America has done an amazing job of exporting movies, obesity, and Black Friday. Yes, obesity was invented by Americans. No, Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. Resident Canadian here correcting you, Mac Berkson, on our Columbus Day. So my Thanksgiving hot takes are stuffing is trash, or some people call it dressing. I think dressing is more of a Southern thing. I don't understand why it's called dressing. Maybe it's a Northern thing. I don't know. You literally stuff the bird with bread and chopped up trash vegetables, and you let it soak in all of the nasty uncooked juices of the bird, and then you pull it out and then serve it. Stuffing's trash. I apologize, Gary, though, to keep all the holidays of the customers straight. Yeah, keep them straight, Mac Berkson. Do better. I thought Henry VIII invented obesity. No, according to Mac, it was Americans. It's George Washington himself. They didn't sail across the Delaware. They had to paddle George Washington across it because they couldn't take him across the bridge. Bob Ellis says, around here, people say both. Dressing if made out of turkey, stuffing dressing if out of the turkey, stuffing if inside. Okay. Either or, it's trash. And I'm a bread fan. I love bread, but there's nothing redeemable about dressing or stuffing, in my opinion. Especially the stuffing that gets pushed in the bird as the juices leak into it while the bird cooks. It's no good. It's no bueno. Because because Buddha because Buddha was so skinny. Yeah, but America invented allowing all social economic classes to obtain obesity. Darn those Americans for allowing poor people to eat. We should have kept it as the caste system of India. Bob Ellis and Mac Bergson coming through with the stovetop at about the same time. On my screen, Bob Ellis got it first. But Mac went a little farther to say it was his mom's stovetop stuffing. No, I can't stand it. I am not a fan whatsoever. My plate should consist of turkey, copious amounts of turkey. But before you put the turkey on the plate, you must put the mashed potatoes on the plate. And if your mashed potatoes aren't homemade from potatoes, if they came from flakes out of a brown box from the grocery store or any little resealable plastic pack, get that off my table. It's not mashed potatoes. Any other day of the year, it does just as good for mashed potatoes. But Thanksgiving Day, I want some blood, sweat, and some tears in the mashing process of chunked up Yukon Gold potatoes. And then you put the turkey on, and then you put the gravy on. That's the order that you got to do that. Mac and cheese is a must. You have to do mac and cheese. You've got to have a quality mac and cheese, not elbow noodles with a little bit of cheese sauce dribbled over it. No, you cook those noodles, then you put them in the oven with some bread crust on top, and you make sure that bad boy is good to go. I need to sweat just looking at it. Green bean casserole. I will take straight up green beans. That will do if they're cooked correctly. And there are correct ways and incorrect ways to make green beans. Green bean casserole is a must-have. I gotta have some French onion strings across the top of my green beans, baked just in there with a little bit of the what is that? The mushroom, cream of mushroom in the green beans. Woo, woo. Adam Wolf is leaving us for Instagram Live. He's missed the last 3 weeks and he's leaving us early. So, Adam Wolf, thanks for hanging out for a whole 34 minutes. We do appreciate you coming by, but we understand that you're moving on from Chief Talk, and maybe we'll see you next week. Mac Bergson, mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving, rookie move, takes up too much stomach real estate. No, look. The rookie move is not having enough real estate in the stomach to be able to enjoy it to its fullest. You got to go in there prepped and ready. Bob Ellis had mashed turnips, delicious. Never had mashed turnips. I've had turnip greens. Mac Bergson says Brussels sprouts made in bacon grease. Oh God, no. Oh, what a trash take. Brussels sprouts in bacon grease greater than green beans? And Bob Ellis coming in with the green bean casserole is as bad as TikTok. I'll take that. I'll take that opinion over Brussels sprouts made in bacon grease over green beans. No way. Charles Adamson, and gravy is brown, made with giblets, vegetables, port wine, Madeira wine, and cognac. I don't think that's gravy at that point. That's like fancy soup. Now, gravy must be brown. Any white gravy served on Thanksgiving should be over biscuits and sausage in the morning. Max says, I'm with you, Bob. Green bean casserole is trash. I don't believe you. Steve Harvey, yo, my brother, what's the good word? Boy, you know it. No, we're just having a good old time talking about our hot takes of Thanksgiving, what you prefer to eat, what you don't prefer to eat. Brussels sprouts must be some weird Yankee thing. No way. Gary Brooks says Liz mom's keeps food like she was from the Depression. Almost poisoned the clan with 20-year-old fried onions. Ooh. Mm. Uh, Turkey talk. Shad Bates, my man. Turkey talk. That's right. All sorts of turkey talk. Um, I'm trying to get over this. I'm trying to wrap my head around this 20-year-old fried onions. Oof. How do you hold on to fried onions for that long? At that point, like when you open the pack, do they still look like onions or do they look like really really tiny pork rinds? Um, Here is a question: when you spent Thanksgiving away from family, like I did this year, what dish did you miss? Whenever I am away from my family for Thanksgiving, my biological blood family, my mom, my dad, my sister, all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm always missing just the quality of the food. Not to say that my in-laws' food quality isn't terrible, but it's not the quality of what like when my family cooks. It is a lot of it is a lot of love, a lot of effort into the food. It's a rite of passage almost when it comes down to the food making. Um, Oh, Steve's a ham guy. Oh, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Steve. I'm a turkey guy. Turkey guy. Um, Charles Edison says left out the gravy starts with the roasting pan drippings. Yeah, you got to get you some turkey drippings to go in there. I mean, the giblets, you pour all that in there. Max says for me, it was my mom's portofino salad followed by clam dip. Oh, clam dip on Thanksgiving? Again, gotta be a Yankee thing. Um, Now, I don't eat eggs, but my mom makes deviled eggs, and everybody swears they're the greatest thing on God's green earth when they come to eat Thanksgiving or whenever my mom makes deviled eggs. Dude, she had shake and bake boxes that I recognized from when I was a child. Woo, she was a prepper. Um, is she a prepper with a basement, and she's just running through the most the, the best out of date stuff while she can. My mother-in-law didn't cook anything, actually. Um, my It was my wife's family who did the cooking, and the Thanksgiving experience is when we go to her family. Is more about family and fun and games. Like we played a lot of cornhole, toss across, some other board games. It's a lot of family time, one-on-one talking, getting together. We don't live there, so it's nice to catch up and see everybody and see how people have grown in the past year or two, because we go down every other year, so sometimes we don't see some of those people for 2 years. So some of the younger ones, it's nice to be like, wow, you've grown a foot since the last time we saw you. Gary Brooks, we have the barbecue when we swing by. Oh yes, that is planned. I can't believe I didn't do that last time. We just settled on pizza. No, well, when you guys swing by, I'm going to have a whole food itinerary planned off of my smoker. Matt Bergson, a Yankee thing. I grew up in Virginia. Well, Virginia's Yankee. Depending on what part of North Carolina you're in, too, is also Yankee. Chief, do you alternate Thanksgivings between your family and her family? Yes. So this year we go down to Conway, Myrtle Beach for Thanksgiving, and then next year we will be with my family here in Travelers Rest for Thanksgiving. Gary Brooks said they sold their old house this summer and moved to a condo. Had to hire a hoarder specialist to throw stuff away so they could move. Well, how did the hoarder specialist not catch the 20-year-old expired French fried onions? And for French fried onions to be 20 years expired, those have got to be like 24-year-old French fried onions. Because I imagine French fried onions probably stay good for like 4 years. Steve says my family's about at a 3-mile range, so we're all close. Nice. When I was a kid, we would go down to Florida for Thanksgiving, but most of my family down there has either moved or has passed on since then. So we do Thanksgiving at my parents' house, or we do it with her family down towards the beach. Charles Adamson says our dinner is potluck. We made the meat in a broccoli cheese casserole with butter garlic croutons. Ooh, now that sounds good. I do like a broccoli casserole. Sister-in-law brings mashed potatoes. Daughter brings dressing. Or niece creamed corn and roasted root. Max says Rebecca, who is Max's wife, and I made an arrangement. Christmas is always at my house. Thanksgiving is always at her family. Luckily, the last 4 years, her family would come to us, so we had both. And we kind of have done that. We always do. We don't travel for Christmas around, like on Christmas week. Every once in a while, we will drive back down during Christmas break to my wife's family's house down there to do like a little Christmas thing. But her parents, obviously, they live up here. My parents live up here, so we will do Christmas Eve with my parents, and then we go back home, wake up, do Christmas as just now the 5 of us. Well, I guess last year we had the 5 of us, but Shepard really didn't do much. And then after we get done with all those gifts, we'll clean up, fast, and then we will head over to my mom and dad's house, and we will do Christmas here, eat Christmas Day lunch, and then we'll pack everything up, go back to the house, and we do a candlelight steak dinner with the in-laws, and then do Christmas with them on Christmas night. But since they moved, we had to go to Waco this year. Oh, so you did travel all the way to Waco. Wow. The daughter-in-law does pies. Ooh, does she do a good pie? You know, I actually like broccoli salad. Roots, carrots, and parsnips. Gary Brooks, it was good this year. The last 2 years we hosted, for those not hiding from COVID, but we rent a church and there's usually 50-ish people, and that was the first year back to that. Nice. That's awesome. Bob Ellis says he has theirs at the church as well. I would like to get to the point to where, honestly, I host Christmas and Thanksgiving, and everybody can just come drive to me. Because even though it's our year to go, like this year, my mom and my dad and my sister and all them were sad that we weren't with them for Thanksgiving. Even though we were with them for Thanksgiving last year, we will be with them for Thanksgiving next year. But it's the same. Next year, when we do Thanksgiving up here, our family will be sad that we didn't do Thanksgiving, with them. But that's how it goes back and forth. So I'd hope, eventually to get to the point to where we have our own house that's big enough to hold a bunch of people, and we can come just do Thanksgiving at my house and Christmas at my house, because I don't want to have to worry about people getting upset that we didn't come see them. I think that would just be the best of the situation in that department. Steve Harvey, Josh Jones, and Hunter Otts all hitting the like button on Facebook. Appreciate the likes over there. So that's really my hot take for Thanksgiving meals. I mean, as long as you don't bring a whole bunch of weird, unconventional meals or sides, and that's the great thing too is, as long as there are what I would say are the best sides, as long as those are there, I don't care what anybody brings, because I don't got to eat it. Nobody's making my plate. I'm making my own plate. If there's non-conventional sides and there's no conventional sides, that's when I really get to have a problem when it comes to Thanksgiving. And obviously, I shouldn't be so shallow and just want to have Thanksgiving meal just because it's traditional Thanksgiving meal. It's not about the food, right? It's about the family, it's about the experience. And again, that's one thing that my in-laws do very well is the time with family and all of that. Bob Ellis says, this was the first year without my dad. And recently my mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer, so a little different this year. I bet it was nice to have your mother-in-law there. Hopefully, she was there with you guys. We had a lady that we grew up around who has fought cancer for the last 20 or so years of her life. And the doctors a couple weeks ago told her you're not going to make it through Thanksgiving, and she didn't. So I know that was probably really hard for them, but hopefully you guys were able to have her for Thanksgiving. My wife coming in with the Thanksgiving snob. I mean, you tasted that turkey and mashed potatoes that I made last night for our church group Thanksgiving food, and tell me that my Thanksgiving snob don't pay off. Charles Adams says my wife's aunt by marriage was Italian, so Christmas Eve tradition is an Italian feast. Christmas Day is prime rib. My mom does a prime rib for Christmas Day. So what I was alluding to for my wonderful wife coming through, who did not like or love the stream. Shame. Last night we had so we have small groups for our church, and for the whole entire, it was delish. I'm not paying her to say it. I'm not even holding a knife to her because she's not here. So we don't, our small groups don't meet for the month of December because everybody travels and they go see family and all that kind of stuff. And so small groups get very small, sometimes one or two families. So we decided to cancel all small groups for the month of December. So my small group decided to do a Thanksgiving feast. So I did get to have some bomb turkey and mashed potatoes because I did make both of those. And I am somewhat of a cook, if I do say so myself, which nobody here other than my wife could back me up on that. But it was nice. We had some green bean casserole. We had some corn casserole, which was pretty good. There was dressing made, but I didn't have any dressing. And then the pies. That was one thing I didn't get to have for Thanksgiving with my wife's family was pies. So last night I chowed down on some pies. So for Christmas meal with my family this year, I want to bring some pies. Our small group is planning a big Christmas dinner. Nice. Our small group, we have talked about possibly meeting one time during December to do a meal or something like that. So, or like a game night. So maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll do a Christmas meal. I won't do a turkey for that. I also probably won't do a prime rib for that unless the group wants to come together and buy a prime rib. I've never smoked a prime rib or made a prime rib in the oven. So I would definitely have to do some research on that. Gary Brooks says, has anyone done a turducken? Sounds silly, but it's fun. I've never done one. I want to say that Adam Wolf had talked about he had done a turducken before. My wife, it's true, eat like royalty when Stephen cooks and peasants when I cook. Thankfully, that's rare. My wife, she makes some meals that are pretty good. She made a pork chop meal years ago. That's the best pork chop I've ever had in my whole entire life. And I make some pretty good pork chops. Bob Ellis, I had one piece of pumpkin pie, and that's all I have. Oh, I had a couple of different slices of pie last night. So I had to make sure I catch up on my pie quota. I would like to make pies. I've made one pie years ago, and it did not turn out well. I need to try my hand at some pies again, like making legit pies. He probably did the turducken in the air fryer. There's a good chance he did the turducken in the air fryer. Charles Adamson, one of my colleagues at work makes a turkey mummy, wraps the whole thing in bacon before roasting. I always feel weird about wrapping meat in non-corresponding meat. Like if you put if you put bacon on a pork chop, or beef bacon wrapped or like shredded up into hamburger meat and make burgers, or something like that, I don't have a problem with it. But when you start like cross-contaminating meat, I know it eventually all cooks out, right? It all, if it's especially, it's pronounced paloli. What did I? I don't know. Robert Cash says, I am back. Welcome back, Robert Cash. Matt Bergson, my 10-year-old Sam wanted a root beer float. The waitress said they didn't have them, so he ordered a root beer, grabbed some ice cream from the buffet, and made his own. I was so proud. My boy. I saw that. You posted that on Instagram, didn't you? The only person that I would ever trust to make me bacon wrapped Oreos is you, Gary Brooks. The ones Abe made did not look sanitary. Love the ingenuity, Mac, and then go Sam. Absolutely. Sam and Paul, my boys, the Bergson men that I appreciate. Oh, I like Mac too. He's not all grumpy. He's just grumpy for the camera. But no, I think I might try to challenge myself and make some pies for Christmas now that I'm thinking about it. Of course, I'll need to make some pies in between now and then to make sure that I have my pie recipe on point. So, cured pork and poultry paired well. Ever heard of chicken cordon bleu? I have heard of chicken cordon bleu. I've never had it. Yes, one of my few Insta posts. That and him running up the hill, the Rocky theme. Sam said he could outrace a dog up a steep hill. He got crushed. Mac is grumpy because the Blues suck. Yes. Thank you, Robert Cash. You know, it was funny when I didn't realize that you went out to Texas, but when I was watching the video of Sam running up the hill, I was thinking, where are there hills like that in Jacksonville? I guess I just didn't want to take the time to think, oh, maybe he traveled for the holiday. So, but it was fun to see old Sam running up the hill. I'm not doing a fantastic job keeping this old cigar here lit. Gary Brooks says, so I brought my mom down for the week of Thanksgiving. She says, I have your grandmother's recipes for rum balls and meat pies. Ooh, nice. I've never eaten a meat pie. I've always been intrigued by meat pies because those are what? Cube steak and then gravy and onions and carrots, right? Because I gotta watch the men's team pass the ball sideways for 90 minutes. Although it does remind me of Chelsea lately. Robert Cash says, I got 2 Netherlands shirts and 5 United kits. What you got, Chief? I have a men's kit. No Netherlands kit. I also have a men's. I have the. I wore it Tuesday for the match against Iran. The American Outlaws shirt because I'm a part of the American Outlaw Club. So I'd love to talk more about soccer, but last time we did a show about soccer, we went from 20 people to 4 people in a matter of minutes, and I'd rather not have another show where I'm contemplating never doing a Chief Talk ever again on the way home because I was definitely down. American Outlaws does count. It counts as an American kit shirt. So I've not looked at the calendar for December yet. Let me look at it here on my. I can pull it up here on my computer. So we've got. I guess we'll probably do all Chief Talk for tonight, obviously. Next week, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd. We'll probably take off the 29th just because it's between Christmas and New Year's. We usually take off both of those weeks, but I don't think we'll need to take off both of those weeks this time. Plus, I think the next time that Bob the Cigar Guy will be on a show is the 15th. Spoiler alert, Bob the Cigar Guy may be a more regular guest again here soon, because Bob the Cigar Guy will be moving to the day shift. So I'm rooting for those Persians, but not for soccer reasons. Which Persians? Who's Persia? Who is geographically Persia? I'm having a total mind flip here. Charles Adamson says, my son's mother-in-law is a retired pastry chef. Ooh! And trained his wife. So we have at least 3 to 4 excellent pies at every holiday. Thanksgiving was pumpkin, apple, and pecan. Ooh! Pumpkin and apple for sure. Ryan Rayford's brother was on Jeopardy. Apparently he, like, the guy who won first place was like an immaculate Jeopardy player. You don't have to have a soccer show. You just have to respond to your viewers. No, that is correct. I try to respond to my viewers. So I only have 3 shows, although I will make exceptions for when BTCG is on the show. Iran? Well, they've already lost and they're out of the tournament. So Persians are Iranian. Persia is Iran, but they lost to the United States already. What does my dad do out of curiosity outside of being the best father a boy could ask for, and review cigars here on the Bob Cigar Guy YouTube channel and ChevetteReport.com? He is a BMW master mechanic like I was, but he is still at it. But he's had to work night shift for the past 5 years, 6 years or so, and he'll be moving to the day shift. Oi, just say dad. Pecan. No, I say pecan. Charles Emerson, I think Gary is rooting for the protesters. I am also, I mean, I would have loved to have seen Iran make it through in the sense of more political eye on them, but as long as the Americans could have made it through, so that means that England would have not made it through, which I'd have been happy with. But no, they're out of the tournament. Say tournaments again. Tournaments. Michael Carter. Hey, Chief. Hey, Michael Carter. Get a little sip of this here Dr. Pepper for you. Because we know that there's not another cherry beverage on the market that is as good. I like to imagine Chief or Bob the Cigar Guy worked on my X3M. There's a very, very good chance that we did. A very good chance. Michael Carter says, hello, fam. So that's to everybody else. Then Robert Cash came in with 3 little kitty cats. So I'm actually going to play some commercials here to remind you all who brings you guys Chief Talk every week. And we're back, brought to you by Drew Estate and Corona Cigar. That's right. Thank you to both Drew Estate and Corona Cigar for bringing Chief Talk to the masses, to the people, bringing that content that everybody loves. And I'm so excited for next year because I know we talked about earlier this year that there was going to be another sponsor of the channel, and there was going to be. There's not a whole lot of people talking here, and I wouldn't dare try to trash anybody. I'm just being completely blunt. We had talked with another company who wanted to come alongside Chief Talk and Bob Cigar Guy and sponsor the channel. And we had everything set up via handshake. And then when it came time to finalize the deal over paperwork, we never heard back from the company again. So no ill will towards those guys or whatever. Budgets change, things happen all the time. So we don't, we don't have any ill will towards those guys at all. But there was going to be another sponsor for Chief Talk, and those guys just decided that it wasn't for them, and that's fine. But we do have a sponsorship lined up to add to Chief Talk next year, and I'm so excited to bring this company on for Chief Talk. It is the first time we've ever had a sponsorship from this kind of company before for the channel at all. We've been close to it, but we've never had it. So I'm super excited for that. Michael Carter said, "Ha ha ha," when in response to me drinking Dr. Pepper over Cheerwine. Robert Cash said that he's got 3 loins. That's impressive. Usually most people have 2. Charles Adamson says, "New hat." What new hat? You got a new hat? Mackie B says, "Shirt change, always on top of the shirt change." Can't believe Nish Patel went back on his word for his biggest fan. Now you guys can boycott Rocky Patel. Steve Fulmer, welcome into the show tonight. You smoking anything tonight? Carhartt? No, it is not Carhartt. Loins, easy, keto friendly. Are you keto dieting over there? Gary Brooks. Oh, I almost forgot. Go Michigan. Go Michigan. I don't have a dog in that fight. Boycott Nish. Yeah, boycott all the Patels. Not Sanj Patel. Robert Cash says he's got him some booze. Some Tiger Thick whiskey. Oh, Charles Adamson, thank you for the like over on Facebook. Appreciate that. Loins. Why do you keep saying loins? Are you cramping in your loins? Just stand up, stretch your leg out a little bit. Sorry, I have a little. Okay, Robert Cash, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for having a good time. In the meantime, make sure that you check out Chevette Report tomorrow. There's going to be a bunch of press releases that come out tomorrow. And if you've never heard of Chevette Report, have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Dan Perks wants to know, how was everyone's Black Friday cigar shopping? I didn't do any cigar shopping on Black Friday, but I did get some Black Friday deals on cigars when I did drive down to. We got 3 people on Facebook watching. Let me know who it is they are watching. If you're not, let me know already. And hit the like button, hit the love button, or any of the reaction buttons that you can react over there. And on YouTube as well. If you've not hit the like button, do hit the like button. It does help out the stream immensely. It puts us in recommended channels more often than if we don't have like buttons hit. Thank you again. So Black Friday, when we went down to the beach, I think I told you all a couple weeks ago, I went to a cigar lounge to pick up some Roma Craft, a cigar lounge that I knew sold Roma Craft. And when I was there, They didn't sell Roma Craft anymore, and I asked them why, and they said that they didn't like Skip's political views. And so, okay, I mean, you do what you want to do, but okay, don't make money. So when we went down to the beach, I was like, ooh, there's a cigar shop down here. It's the cigar shop that they launched the Stillwell Stars at, Low Country Pipe and Cigar, smokingpipes.com. Went down there, and they had a whole assortment of Roma Craft and a bunch of other brands that I wish I would have gone through the whole Cavalier section too and gotten everything from Cavalier. But they had a 15% off the whole entire store when it came to cigars and swag. So that was nice. I got 15% off for my cigars. But a lot of companies had some really good Black Friday sales on. So I sent those links to my family and friends who asked me to send them stuff to buy cigars or buy me stuff for Christmas, possibly. So maybe I got something off of a Black Friday deal, a Black Friday sale. I'm not sure. But I didn't. Now, Black Friday shopping, I killed it, man. Tons of deals this year. Gary Brooks with the wave over on Facebook. Hey, Gary Brooks, thanks, buddy. I get all my news from Chevrolet Report. They have hard-hitting coverage. They would never spend 3 days in the booth and only comment on the dishwasher. Never do that, ever. Abe is killing me with the deals. That's the unfortunate part of all of this right now. At least he released a calendar on it. Did you guys see the Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust post today of smoking 25 Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust cigars for an Advent, like a Dumbarton Advent calendar? Pretty fun. A very good gimmick for people to go buy Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust cigars. Great job, Steve. Bob Ellis is in agreement with Gary Brooks on the Abe is killing me with the deals. Charles Adamson, I'm still working off my overstock. Once my overflow Tupperware is empty, I will start shopping again. Gary Brooks, they don't know Skip as well as they think they do. Sad. And then Max says, spend all my money on tools and toys, no money for cigars or swag. So the coolest part of my Black Friday, and so when we went down for Thanksgiving, I told my wife, hey, let's go down early so that we can come back up and I can do Black Friday shopping, because when you're a stay-at-home dad and your wife works, it means you have one income, so you need to make as much as you can out of the surplus that you do have by saving and saving up. So Black Friday is the best way to do that. So I told Shannon I wanted to go Black Friday shopping in person for doorbusters and things like that. But Cabela's, which is a bougier version of Bass Pro, even though now Bass Pro owns Cabela's are still nicer than Bass Pro shops are. Cabela's advertised that the first 250 people in line were going to get gift cards ranging from $10 to $500. And I was like, ooh, free money. I'll go get me a $10 gift card. No problem. Not a problem at all. And then obviously my dad and some other people that I am friends with that I shop for. Cabela's has knives and all that kind of stuff that men like to get for Christmas. So I'll go check out the Black Friday deals, the doorbusters, and get me a $10 gift card. So I waited in line. I was one of the first 250 people. Got in there, perused around the store. Not a whole bunch of deals that I thought were good enough to spend any money on. And thought, well, shoot, let me check this gift card before I go. And the thing is they were smart. You can't use that gift card except from December 1st to December 31st. You weren't allowed to use it for Black Friday shopping, which was smart because then you could take advantage of all the deals with free money that Cabela's gives out. So I was like, I don't want to call, because I figured because when they handed out the cards, like, yeah, call the number on the back and it'll tell you how much is on the card. I was like, I'm not going to call this morning. I'll wait till later next week or whatever, because you can't spend it until December 1st today. So I'll just wait. Well, I was walking around the store. My mom and dad showed up and met me there. And I was like, let me just check the card. So I looked on the back of the card and it says that you could go online and you could look at the balance online. I'm like, okay, fine. So I click on the thing, I put in all the information, And sure enough, your boy got the $500 gift card from Cabela's. So I got my wife has $500 free to shop on me with for Black Friday or for Christmas from Cabela's. So luckily, there's a lot of things from Cabela's that I want. Man, that niche money would have come in handy. It's Buffalo Trace Antique Pappy season. Keep your eyes peeled. Dan picked up Ave Maria Ark of the Covenant 4.5 by 60 Nub Habano sun grown, and I treated myself to something nice due to my third daughter being born last Saturday. Congratulations, Dan. Which was a La Gloria Cubana Society cigar. Ooh. All from Cigar International. Well, who needs niche? Congrats, Chief. Make sure none of that on Carhartt. Well, you got to talk to my wife to make sure that it doesn't get spent on Carhartt. But yeah, 500 free monies. I fully expected to get the $10 card because they do of the 250 cards they do. How many of those are $500? Right? 2, 3, 5, 4. I don't know. I mean, it's not a whole bunch. No Carhartt from Cabela's. Well, everybody doesn't want me to buy Carhartt. Obviously, I'm wearing Carhartt right now. Charles Edison says the Buffalo Trace collection never makes it this far west. Ugh. Too bad Cabela's doesn't have cigars. You dang straight. Johnny Morris was good to you this season, Chief. Is that who owns Cabela's or Bass Pro? But no, yeah. And then I ended up, so in America, a few years ago, Toys R Us stopped being a company. Well, Toys R Us is actually making a comeback in America. Apparently in Canada, Toys R Us stayed a thing. But in America, Toys R Us is actually making a comeback. And if you have a Macy's location, Macy's has a Toys R Us section in their store selling Toys R Us. So that's really neat. That's really cool. So I went to Macy's, met mom and dad over there, and Macy's had Toys R Us had some really good deals on their toys, 30, 40, 60% off on toys. So I picked up a few things there. Target online had some really good Black Friday deals. I don't know if my wife is still watching or not, so I can't go into where I got stuff for her for Cyber Monday. But Cyber Monday, there were some pretty good deals as well. That's a great win. $500. Good karma your way. It's about time, Chief 1-1. No, there's a Leatherman that I really want, but it's $129, and I wouldn't want my wife to spend $129 on me, even for Christmas, for a Leatherman. But now that I got 500 free ones from Cabela's, I'm hoping that ends up under the tree or in the stocking, right? But I don't want her to spend all $500 on me. There's some stuff from Cabela's that we can use that money for to buy for my dad, her dad, Jackson, Shepard. So, just some. It was nice to be able to be gifted a free $500 worth of gifting experience. So, unfortunately, my wife is not a fan of all of the flannel bed spreads and all that stuff, or else we could decorate my bedroom in flannel and burlap. Get some of the lamps for your bedside tables that have the deer antlers on them and ducktails for the lampshade. No, Corona had a 22% off store wide for Black Friday. That was a pretty good deal. Charles Adamson, I still have a Power Wheels Corvette I bought my grandson at a Toys R Us Black Friday. He never learned to drive before he outgrew it. One of my biggest disappointments. Oh, Charles, I'm sure if you took a Sawzall to the back half of that thing, you could fit yourself in there. But no, I saw Smoke Inn there. They're going to roll out that calendar of deals. What was that? Trying to go get the calendar. Today was Drew Estate. Yeah. I don't know if I get in trouble for showing this or not because it's like a social. I don't know. Maybe they posted it on their website. Let me come over here. Present. Share screen. So yeah, you've got the. Come over here. Make sure this is presenting. There we go. You've got Drew Estate deal today. Zycar deal tomorrow. Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust deal on Monday. You got something special on Friday. Pete House of Johnson. That's Pete House of Johnson, right? I'm not messing that up, right? I could be wrong about that. I don't know. On the 12th of December, on the 19th, you've got something special. No idea what that is. And then day after Christmas, some sort of bag of money. And then December 30th, big question marks. Oh, what could it be? So, big surprises there. Come back over here. Stop screen. Started that one. I was so sad when FAO Schwartz closed in Chicago. I think my babies. I took my babies there every year. Giant 2-story teddy bear, and their Star Wars section had a 1/4 scale AT-AT. Ooh, nice. Max says you should get her a satin pillowcase. Apparently, according to Rebecca, sleeping on a satin pillowcase is good for women's skin. She swears by them and doesn't look a day older when we met. Ooh, maybe I'll have to. Well, then I was like, if I get it for her, then they're like, what'd you get this for me for? Oh, because it's not going to let you age. It's good for your skin. What do you mean? What do you think I'm looking old? You know how women turn those things against you. Dan says he got it in an email. If you aren't a smoke-in socialite, what are you waiting for? That's right. If you're not a smoke-in socialite, hit me up on Facebook and I'll invite you to the group. I think I can invite you to the group. That DE sampler looked mighty good. Sold out at the moment, though. Yeah, all that stuff's going to sell out quick. Now, that DE sampler was the same sampler they offered earlier in November, right, Gary? Because that was the one with the H99 Robusto, the Liga 10 Robusto. No, when Toys R Us closed down, Jackson got to experience Toys R Us, but he was so young he'd never remember it. But I mean, Toys R Us did kind of fall off. I think people didn't appreciate Toys R Us for what they should have appreciated it for. So hopefully it makes a full comeback. I miss Toys R Us. Same sampler. Took my kids to the NYC Schwartz the year after Home Alone. Ooh, 2 hours running around the place. That's when old Macaulay Culkin sees Donald Trump and asks him for directions, right? Home Alone 2. My son won't call it Home Alone. He calls it Kevin. Can we watch Kevin? Can we watch Kevin? Yeah, buddy, we'll watch Kevin. I like Home Alone. The first and the second one. I don't like any. The second one's okay. The first one's my favorite. Maybe next week or the week that we have Bob Cigar Guy back, we'll talk about Christmas movies. Toys R Us was becoming a dump. It was filthy, and they couldn't compete with Amazon on price or amount of stock. Amazon does that to a lot of people, right? Our Toys R Us got really run down too, pretty sketchy. Yeah, I think that's probably the thing too, is maybe Toys R Us didn't appreciate Toys R Us as much as they should have either. Paul watches them nonstop. I am a Charlie Brown Christmas guy myself. I'm the Santa Claus. The Santa Claus is my thing. And the Polar Express. Those are my movies. I used to love Jingle All the Way a lot when I was a kid, but I don't much care for it anymore. But it's fun to watch old Sinbad every once in a while. I like old Arnold in a kids movie. But yeah, Toys R Us, I don't think it ever got run down where we live. The one near where my wife is from, though, got pretty nasty. But, it just kind of got to be, it was like when I was a kid, going to Toys R Us was an experience. When we took Jackson to, go through Toys R Us, or when we would go to Toys R Us to buy stuff for our niece and nephew, it just wasn't an experience anymore. It was like going to Walmart, just more toys, right? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What do you think about the upcoming Violent Night movie? Die Hard meets the Santa Claus. Well, I am a huge proponent that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Just because the movie has Christmas in it does not mean it is a Christmas movie. But I've seen the trailers for it. That's not the one with is that the one with what's his name from Aquaman in it? Happy Nakatomi Plaza, everybody. Sorry, Chief. Going to be so bad, it's so good. Mac Bergson, I applied for a job at Toys R Us when I was 16. They made you take a test. One of the questions was, I can count to 100 without assistance. Even though I answered yes, I didn't get a call back. Darn. They don't know what they were missing out on. If Mac Bergson would have been in charge of Toys R Us, they'd have never gone under. I'm convinced. I think my opinion on the whole Die Hard Christmas movie thing is anybody who says Die Hard is a Christmas movie is just looking for the shock value and saying it's a Christmas movie. I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I think it's a good movie, but I don't qualify it as a Christmas movie. Did you guys see the trailer for the new Cocaine Grizzly Bear or Cocaine Bear or whatever it is? That movie looks like it's going to be so bad it's funny. Apparently it's based on a true story out of Tennessee. But I don't think I'm going to be a fan at all. I would have ensured someone run a broom over the floors at least once a month. Toys R Us could have been saved. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I have not seen that. But with that, we'll go ahead and end the show here on a high note. I'm rooting for the bear. Me too. Dave Arbor, Stranger Things is Santa Claus. Yeah, so there's just 2 of those movies coming out, and I've seen the trailer for it. But with that, we will check out the trailer for Cocaine Bear or Cocaine Grizzly Bear or whatever it is. It looks so bad. It's going to be so good. But we'll end the show there. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, hanging out with me. Thank you for allowing me to hang out with you guys. I did miss you guys all last week. We'll be back in studio next week, probably with the Corona Cigar of the Month Club. I don't know. We might wait for that for the Bob Cigar Guy show. But in 2 weeks, we'll have Bob Cigar Guy back on. And maybe we'll talk about Christmas movies and stuff of the like. Have a great weekend, everyone. And night all. Get ready for your shirt change comments because I'll see you guys next week. Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.